the top left-hand part of the map, you're in King's Junk Station. It is our green Protoss player, Swanky's Oxygen.
The bottom right, losing to a 2-base all-in last game. Hoping he can pull it out. It is our red Zerg player and a citizen. So, I have a problem with teal oxygen. I have more of a problem with green oxygen.
Yeah, it's generally pretty bad. Like if you're in sci-fi settings,
Yes.
this is often going to be infected with biospores, and you're probably going to end up mind controlled if you breathe it. So you got to really be careful
Yes.
around that.
You hear that,
More
Oxy?
more realistic settings, you gotta watch out for the polluted atmospheres.
Yes.
But they tend to look more kind of like orange. I've noticed. But it depends, like pollutions and it could be different types of pollution.
Of different colors. There's,
Yes.
there's green pollution, there's orange pollution, and there's teal pollution. There's pollution just looks like rainbows.
That's probably not pollution
No?
at that point.
What would you call that?
A hallucination.
Hallucination. Ah.
That's the aliens from outer space screwing with you.
The aliens.
Aliens, yes.
And you're like
Aliens from outer space and their little robot machine things that can create fake units to scout.
It sounds like that guy from the Discovery Channel. Aliens. He's holding up his hands. And he's got like that
Aliens.
that white guy fro going on.
Did you? Oh, have you seen like that one alteration somebody made to that meme where they like colored his hair yellow and then put a little energy ball thing from Naruto in his hands?
Oh no!
Put Russ and gun.
Ross. Oh no!
It looks hilarious.
That sounds awesome.
So it looks like here this time we're going for spawning pool first into hatch. So a little bit more of a defensive variation of the opening. Once again, Oxygen going for the looks like Forge Fest expand this time. So Anticitizen is actually pretty safe to go for a faster third. He does have to watch for a potential cannon rush, but he's not under any pressure from gateway attacks as early as he was last time. Basically the entirety of the tech tree is slowed down by like about a minute to a minute and a half when you go gateway first. I mean, when you go Forge first, sorry. So a lot of Zergs will try and take advantage of that in their build setups.
And a minute in StarCraft land is very important. Could be a lot of things.
Yeah, sure. It's the difference between if you're hitting with the gateway pressure before they have roaches and after, honestly. And that can mean a lot of damage, or you barely winning, or dying.
Yes. He's saving up a lot of chrono boost. He's not actually using it on his workers now. Maybe he's saving it up for warp tech? Oh nope, there's no cyber core. Now there is.
Yep's going for the two gateways in the front actually slows down his tech even more, but I don't think at this rate it should matter too much. If Anticitizen starts rushing toward Mutas, though, then he's going to wish he didn't do that. But so far, so good, I think.
So do you think he's going to try and put the nail in the coffin early and go for 2-base Muta? He likes 2-base Muta.
I don't know. I think at this point I'm not really expecting to see that unless we see a huge flood of assimilators out of nowhere, because he doesn't have anywhere near the kind of gas he needs for that, and he's going to still want to build up his economy a bit. So we're going to have to adopt a wait-and-see approach there. Real question, I think, for Oxy is this has got to be in the back of his mind. Every single match they've had, Anticitizen starts out with the Muta attack. He didn't do that last time.
Right.
So naturally he's going to be thinking about it. You can even see that he's going for the Stargate variation of this. Typically, get a couple of early Phoenixes to try and get deny map vision to the Zerg, not to mention do some economic harassment, basically cover for a third base. That's kind of the whole logic there. But another thing that it always does as well is if your opponent does go for fast mutas, you have a response. However, I think as time's going on here, some kind of two-base all-in is becoming more and more likely because it's already at about 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Still no third base from our Zerg player.
And he's using the chrono now to chrono out his sentries.
This may actually be one situation where he goes maybe for a roach all-in, because this, now that I think about it, that is the one kind of all-in you can do on this map that feels, I think, really strong just because of the ramp. But, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of surface area right there, especially for ranged units. Protoss has to go Stalkers, and they they don't always reach very far.
Still, though, not seeing that yet. And he's grabbing 2 evolution chambers, which is a little bit more indicative of a later game play. Still not seeing that third. This is very unusual. It actually does make you behind against the 2-base Protoss if you only stick on 2 bases like this. Presuming, of course, that the Protoss actually spends all of his money. But you won't be able to keep up, basically. You'll need a macro hatch.
Just spotted that Oracle on the minimap. I'll be back to it very quickly. Or a couple workers go down here. Ooh, 4.
So as long as he can get really 4 to 6 and get out with the Oracle, keep it alive, come back in, even just to threaten with it, he's actually in a pretty good shape from here because it kind of it forces Anticitizen to get some defenses for this. He has to devote a little bit of resources to actually making sure that this can't just randomly float back into his base later and kill stuff.
Right. And Oxy, it appears he did spot the Roach Warren because now he's building Void Rays and Immortals simultaneously. That's going to be rough for Anti if he continues to stack Roaches.
Roach Hydra, I think, is actually just what we're looking at here. I mean, this is beyond the point of a Roach Rush. If that's really what he wanted to go for, I think we would have seen a third, actually. But he's stockpiling a lot of gas.
Yep, Oxy dropping a Robo Bay.
It's also possible he's doing something I've never seen before, which is totally fine.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Unfortunately for our Protoss player. Nope, he's not supply block. Just slightly for a moment there. Never mind, I take it back. I was like, Corona boosting the stuck Stargate. Well, no, it's not.
He's on it. Look, there's another pylon going down.
4 more roaches. Roach speed. Yeah, I'm still not seeing any additional tech. There's the third, finally.
10-minute third. A little delayed.
No, I think what we're looking at here is he was expecting a gateway attack. And I think he was adjusting his build so that he'd be ready for it.
Oh, so you think he was starting safe due to last game?
Yeah, pretty much. Just slowing everything down in order to be able to respond. The thing is, though, yeah, he kind of didn't need to do that this time. This is a very... Oh, okay, now I know what Oxy's doing, at least. He actually mentioned this briefly to me the other day, something about Void Rays and Colossus.
Oh, boy.
I didn't know that Immortals were involved in that, too. It's a very expensive mixture. If he loses this army, he's kind of dead. But it's extremely great against, well, pretty much everything Anticitizen is building. There's muscular augments, so yep, there's the Hydrotech coming on out there.
Mm-hmm. He's got overlords all over the map too, so he's got quite a bit of vision. He knows exactly where the army is going to be moving.
Both players more or less keeping themselves moving on the supply front. Always good to see that.
It's a very scary comp. Void Rays and Colossus.
Thing is, though, I think, yeah, this composition does have some basic weaknesses. It's more the timing of it, though. It's just this isn't going to be strong for a while. He doesn't really have critical mass of Colossus, for example, to really stop the Hydras from killing everything, and he won't probably for another few minutes. At the same time, I think the overriding effectiveness of the Immortals and the Void Rays is going to come a little bit earlier on. Ling's not going to scout this out, though. If he just sticks to the Roach Hydra and doesn't add anything into it, no Vipers, no Infestors, I think he will have a very hard time killing this army. Comes down to how long he can protect the Colossus, though.
Building up those Hydras, too. He's got 9 more on the way. So, that DPS... that DPS. It's quite a bit. It changes the game. It really does. If you get enough Hydras in there, keep them behind the Roaches, they can shred just about anything. Especially if you focus fire.
No, yeah, basically they're better Marines in a lot of ways, just don't have stim unless you're playing campaign. And they do. Doesn't cost health either.
Stim Hydras?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You get this Frenzy ability, which increases their attack speed for a short period of time. And it does it without costing them health.
That's insane. I don't remember this.
It's, that one in particular isn't a evolution of the Hydra that you unlock via the planet thing. That's just one of the little mutations that you can place onto them.
Interesting.
It's very good if you want to micro them. If you don't want to micro them, you can always just go for them extra health, and that works too.
Right. So Oxy knows this is on the way here to his third, so he's gonna move out.
3 Colossus in play. Basically, almost nothing to defend the Colossus directly. So this is a little. I don't think this is really a fight that Oxy necessarily wants. Oh, okay, he does if he gets the first few blasts off like that.
Wow.
But actually, I would say it's best for Anticitizen just leave here. He took a few losses for free there. Don't push the issue. Let him have his base and go home. Build up your army to deal with what you see.
Right. He moved those Hydras right into the beams.
Actually, now that I look at it, the one big problem that this composition has is I don't think it can actually move very fast. So you're looking at something that's probably very, very weak to Mutalisks.
Which we see a Spire, actually,
Yes.
about to finish. So
I would not be a real fan of Corruptors, though, in this place. So you've already got 5, 6 Void Rays out. Nah, I don't know.
Right. He's definitely on the right tech path, though, as far as mutas are concerned. Like you said, the speed's going to be a big deal, especially if you can swing around, snipe off some of the tech in the main.
He is going for the traditional Corruptor route. This is tricky. The only way I think that this works is if he can catch the Colossus out of position away from the Void Rays. The Void Rays will kill, like, unless he has 20 to 30 of the things, they will probably kill them before they get too close to killing most of the Colossus off.
Right, right.
Man bun, push the issue. Push the tissue.
Push the tissue.
Oh, okay.
The tissue. Do you have an issue? Here's a tissue.
2-2 going to be done, I think, for our Zerg player here. This is actually a bit of an anti-timing from Oxygen at the moment. He's still pretty far out from 2-2, but he's going in long before it. Here comes the attack. Decent positioning on the Corruptors for a moment there to get a couple pot shots on the Colossus, but as you can see, it not really fast enough. The Corruptors go down very, very quickly, and he doesn't have much to deal with the army here. He's waiting for more units to come out, but his army's been kind of split in half. He's running past now. Still just kind of sticking to Roach Hydra Corruptor here. But I think it would have been better if he had just waited until +2/+2 had been done, even if sacking that base.
Lasers, they don't feel very good.
Nothing on the ground to take care of the Stalkers, so Corruptor's getting beat back, and I hate to say it, I think he's kind of dead. Yep. That's game 2.
I think he thinks the same. Oh, that's rough.
Soxy was telling me that he's not lost a game of PPC using that build.